Hey, hey, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I am so excited to be in the studios tonight. 97.5 WRIF, the Rewind Network, powered by Enlightenment Radio. Y'all, I'm back, okay? I didn't really go anywhere. I just kind of had to reset, but your girl is back, and you know I bring it. My shows are going to be so lit. So follow my journey, okay? So before I get my next guest on, I mean, before I even get my guest on, I just want to let you know that I'm out in the city. I'm out in the streets. Like if you're in the Charlotte area, in the South Carolina area, I wanted to let you know where I'm going to be for the next few weeks. So on Saturday night, I'll be at Club Mirage, 2815 Christmas Street. I will be hosting the show with Mr. Goodfella. If you don't have anything to do, come on by. Would love to see you, hang out with you, take some pictures. And on Saturday, also, I'll be making an appearance at the Back Creek Stables. It's an amazing stables with plenty of horses. They even have goats. And if you see my show, Beauties and Bikers, like I have them on there a lot because we're at the stables for, a lot. It's just tranquil and, it's therapeutic to be around horses mentally and physically. And on June the 26th, I will be at the Do Your Thing. It'll be hosted by me and Chill Willie at 6711 Freedom Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina. Show starts at 9 o'clock. Once again, pull up on your girl. And then on June the 28th, if you're in the South Carolina area, I'll be at the OG Bash, My House Bar and Grill on Two Notch Road. I'm thinking about radio, Two Notch Road. So come on out, hang out with me. We're going to have a great time. Wherever we are, we always have a party. So just want to let you know, it'd be lit, lit, lit. But guess what? I have an amazing guest. And I'm not going to keep him backstage too much longer. You can't hold the celebrities. They got stuff to do. So this celebrity, when I say we got history, ride or die, Bonnie and Clyde, like we always doing things. We have worked together so much. Now he work a little bit harder than I do. Like he got so much stuff going on. He got people pulling at him everywhere. So, playing with different celebrities, just doing a whole lot of different things. But like I say, we both out there getting it. And it is an honor to have him as my special guest on my very first show of Cutting Up with Doc Honeycutt. So I'm not going to leave him back there any longer. Let's get him out here now. 1B, come on with me. I'm so glad to see you.
How you doing, Doc?
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let everybody know who you are. Let them know what you got going on. I know we don't have enough time, so you definitely got to come back.
That's okay. Hey, everyone. I'm one badass drummer, celebrity show drummer from Gastonia, North Carolina originally, but I'm down here in Atlanta now. And I play all over.
When you say all over, you just kind of being modest. Because, see, they're going to think you just mean all over Atlanta. Like, you really tell them what do all over for one badass drummer mean.
From East Coast to the West Coast, eventually I'm about to go overseas in the next few months. Yep.
Oh, my God. Can you elaborate a little bit on your tour overseas?
Yes. The group Sequence. We're about to do a Angie Stone tribute and the history of Sequence. A lot of people don't know they were the first female rap group. So when Angie Stone passed away, a lot of truth came out, and now we're about to do a tour. That's just
that
one
is
of the.
so amazing. I'm so excited. Yeah. It says how long now, do you know how long the tour is gonna last? I know like once you get out, people just start like picking the tour up, in different cities and stuff. So
Yes,
like right now, how long do you think it's gonna last?
You know me, I'm all over the place. Just when they tell you it's time to go, I'll be ready.
Yes. Like now, who you can drop a lot of names because
Yes.
you played with like so many different people, like you said, all over the world. But
Yes.
like, what was your most exciting performance that you've done?
Oh man, there's so many of them. I don't even know where to begin. I know my biggest, one of my biggest highlights. Well, actually, the biggest dance song in the world. I got to give a shout out to my homie John Boy on the track.
Yes.
I'm his drummer and percussionist. So that definitely was exciting, you know, when he chose me to be his drummer, and then we started doing shows and tours and things. Because everywhere I go, I hear the wobble. Um,
Yes.
People always sending me videos of people doing the wobble, so that's kind of the way it is honorable to be his drummer. You know, a lot of people don't even know me as one bad drummer. They call me the wobble drummer. But
like like they call him the Wobble Man.
yeah,
The Wobble Man.
yeah,
Right, right, right.
everybody think about VIC when you hear wobble, but John Boy is the mastermind behind that whole song. And he's the voice, the hook, and the part "Get in there." That's him.
And when he say that, everybody be like, "Oh my God, it's really him." All you have to say is "Get
Yeah.
in there."
Actually, he has a new.
Yeah,
He done tapped into the Southern Soul world. So he has a new song out called "Saddle Up" that we've
yeah,
been
I
performing.
heard that. It's dope. It's dope. I gotta get him on. You gotta connect me. Let him know
Yeah,
that I want to bring him on so we can talk about this new Southern Soul movement that and he's been a part of it.
yeah. But one of the highlights, like I said, I mentioned it on one of your other shows before, was you know the moment I got to play with Nas, and I got the solo with Nas.
Right.
That never gonna forget right there. And now I'm in the process of doing my album right now with my man DigiGhost, spelled DIGOST. He told me to say that. But right now I'm working on an album, and all the celebrities that I played for are going to be on it. So the name of the album is going to be called One Be World Order, and it's pretty much
Right.
that has been a part of my journey. You're going to be on it,
I'm
and
gonna be honored. That's right. And I'm so super excited and I'm honored that you even chose me. Like I
yeah,
got a big part in this. So and we
oh
started it what a few years ago and didn't even realize why we were doing what we were doing.
yeah, and you know I've had more accolades since then. So like I said, everybody I've called to be on it, they didn't even hesitate. You know, everybody's supporting me on this. So I've been recording. Actually, I'm going to go record after I do this interview. Me and Digital are going to get together and do some recording for the album. It's pretty much
So
going to be me. Everybody gonna be on it now.
right, right. The whole world. Look, so like everything has not been great though. You and I both we shared some hurt in our lives as well. You
Yes.
lost somebody that was very, very dear to you, and I lost, part of my world as well. So coming back from that, like what gave you the strength to like to move forward with with your career?
I know that's what he would want, and I'm him all over again. My dad.
Yes, yes,
I just
you are.
know
You are.
one, and really thoughts of him is what motivates me. You know, just knowing how proud he was of me when he was here. You know, he was so proud of me. Um, he was always showing people, you know, just my accomplishments, and people would always tell me how proud my dad was of me. The interview that you did with him, you know, the things that he said in there, you know, in the
Right.
interview, saying how my talent is going to take me as far as I want to go. So that's sometimes it's actually hard to watch that video, but I'm going to do it. You know, I am pleased the fact that he was here long enough to see a lot of my accomplishments, but there's just some more things that I have to do. You know, that's personal for me.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
he was definitely proud of you. Like I could see like that glow in his eyes when you came in the room, you know what I'm saying? Or you sent him I could just tell that he was a proud dad.
I always wore my brain. He always wore one B. And like I said, you're not the only person that's told me that, you know, that glow that he had about about me being his son, and you know the things that I'm doing. And the thing that humbles me more than anything is, you know, I'm not a rapper or a singer, but people treat me like I'm one.
Well, you can spit a little bit. You just don't let nobody know.
But you just told everybody.
I did. I just
Yeah,
told the world. Yeah, he got some bars. He just don't let everybody know it.
I found my lane. I found my lane. Mhm.
Is there anybody that you would like to perform with that you have not had the honors of doing so yet?
My most requested song when I'm doing my show, the
Hmm.
one bad show, is Sheila E. Glamorous Life. No
Yeah.
matter, I don't know what it is about that song, but no matter where I go, people want to hear me play that. And she's also an inspiration of mine too. I would love to meet her and just jam out with her one time.
Right, right. I need to be right there on the side of that stage because you've been talking about that for a long time, and like how y'all kind of like hit and miss. You know, like when she's in the ATL,
Every
you're
time she goes,
somewhere in Africa or somewhere playing, so you can never like get that timing right.
always missing. Every time she comes here, I'm somewhere else. Every time. And she even had a free book signing one time. And I had a show in New York, and she had a free book signing here.
Well, like you said, trust and believe. She do know who you are.
Yeah. She's I met her first cousin, and he told her about me, because he was impressed with
Uh huh.
the way I played Glamorous Life. But that's definitely my most requested song. Yes.
So tell me, what keeps you rooted and grounded? Because I mean, a lot of people that have been the places that you've been, met the people that you've met, performed with the people that you perform with, they've been on lost sight of who they really are. But you kind of always stay true to who you are. So how do you do that?
Um, the fact that I played for over 100 celebrities and I haven't had a lesson in music, nor I mean I never had a drum lesson, nor do I know how to read music. And just knowing the fact that there's some drummers out here that have run circles around me, but they still choose me. Um, that's more humbling than anything. I've been in 45 music videos. Um,
Hmm.
my name just keeps getting passed around. It keeps getting passed around, and like I said, I haven't even named half the people that I played for. But the fact that they
Right.
could choose someone and they choose me, even though even down when I was on the Spanish TV show in Miami, El Show de la Noche, they made me their official drummer. I don't speak Spanish, but I was the drummer for
Right.
them. I know some Spanish drummers in Miami, but they wanted one badass drummer. Everybody wants one badass drummer. So just knowing where I come from and how long I've been on this mission of mine, um, and people keep calling me and emailing me, to come here and come there, and the fact that I have a fan base, all that keeps me.
Hmm.
I just know how hard I've worked to get here and where I'm going.
So one badass, how does it feel for your name to be called in places that your feet has never stepped in?
This is a real feeling. Like I said, I am. I can't explain. It's a feeling I really can't explain. Like I don't have a million followers, but the people I play for do. So when I go places, people recognize me from being in these music videos or like being on Love and Hip Hop or just places that I've appeared on. Just like when I did the interview with you, people way out in Germany reached out to me to come out there. But that was right before
Hmm.
COVID. So you just never know who's watching you. You never know who's
You
watching you.
never know, right? Because like even now, I go places and I have to explain to people like they were like, "Come on, pull up over here," and I'm like, that just can't be putting up nowhere." Like I have to be Doc Honeycutt when I go out. I have
Yeah,
to look like Doc Honeycutt. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't go out looking like a bum or got a scarf on my head. No, this take a minute. Like I have to get this thing together. When I'm going out, I have to go. I have to be going out because I'm working.
and
Not to just be pulling up because it's not easy. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand.
you can vouch for some of the things I've experienced. Remember we got the speeding ticket? Well, we almost got the speeding ticket.
That was next. Get out of
And,
my head. That was next.
and
Yes.
he knew he had seen me somewhere, and now we're friends. And shout out to Officer Bryant.
Shout out
And,
because we could have got a ticket driving to New York. Like, what now? Okay, we was in the Lamborghini. What was we in? The Ferrari or the Lamborghini?
the Maserati.
The Maserati.
Yeah,
In the Maserati.
yeah,
He over there killing it. He was like, you feel this? It's like, do I feel the power? And I'm like, oh yeah, I feel the power. And I looked in the mirror and there was the blue lights.
yes, for real.
And so he stopped and we like, oh God, we can't get no ticket. And so yes, he did. He,
Yeah,
he knew that he recognized him as a celebrity and he was like, I'm just gonna write you
yeah,
a warning.
yeah. Even We went to New York. They called me on stage. Remember, they wouldn't let nobody on stage. I didn't know nobody knew
Yep.
me, and they knew me. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
you just never know who's watching you. But I realized, like I said, it's not my following. It's the people I play for. And then there's not too many people out here. I don't think nobody out here setting their drums on fire. So they definitely gonna remember that when they see me.
Yeah. If they, I mean, they might be setting a little. They might be trying to set them on fire, but they like you set them on fire.
And I started it.
And it's like every time I see the fire, it seems like the fire get bigger.
I'm trying to give people memories. Trying to give people memories. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, is there any place that you would like to play that you had played in?
I like to
Any,
play.
it could be any country, any venue, anywhere.
Definitely going to UK. I'm going there. I'm going to Germany. I'm going all over the world. I always say one B will be worldwide, and that's what I mean. One thing about it,
Yeah.
I just don't play one genre of music. I play all styles of music. You see it with my students. I teach all nationalities. So I'm definitely that's another mission that I'm on. I don't want people to just think I'm a hip hop drummer or R&B drummer because I'm not. I play all styles
Right.
of music. And
So
like I
let's
said,
talk about. I'm sorry. I wanted to hit on your you teaching.
yes,
When you started out, before you even started out teaching, you were working at this place, and they took you off of what you were doing so you could become the drum teacher, right?
yeah, they didn't know I was one badass drummer until they found out. Yeah, because I got a humanitarian award a couple 2 years ago, back in 2023. Because I always like to give back
Mm-hmm.
because the things I'm doing with these children, no one did it for me. I mean, I had good parents. My mom, my dad, I had excellent. I came up in a good home, but
Uh-huh.
one thing I see with a lot of these children is they're pretty much raising themselves, and then the influence that they have what I'm trying to say. A lot of their influence isn't positive. I mean, even though my name is one badass drummer, that has nothing to do with my character. And that's one thing that my brand is all about. One B World, one bad where realizing love dominates. When I was doing the 65 schools a year, they tried to keep me from promoting myself because of the word ass. But I stood my ground, and I was like, there's a lot of things in the world that's not acceptable, and y'all know it's not acceptable, but y'all accept it anyway. So I'm not changing my name. And out of all
I
the
mean,
celebrities we had on there, those kids always wanted to know who the drummer was. And
right,
I always wanted to know who the drummer was. And that's how I turned my signature into a whole movement and more. And every chance I get, when I am teaching kids, whatever, it's just more. I always say it's bigger and badder than drums because I also I talk to the kids about life and life decisions. The way you're supposed to talk to authority and other people. Just have integrity of yourself, and to have the confidence that you're the baddest in your world. You don't have to worry about nobody else. Just focus on what you're good at and knowing your mindset. Have that mindset that you're the baddest. When you think that way about yourself, it's going to happen. You are going to be the
right.
baddest.
Now, some people like I could not think. I just don't even want to think about me doing something every single day that I don't like.
Yes.
Like some people go to a job that they don't like. Like I love being a doctor.
Yes.
I love doing media. Like I really love everything that I do. I don't get up and be like, "Oh my god, I got to go to work today."
Yes.
So and I don't think like I don't think there's any time that you'll say, "No, I don't want to play drums."
Oh no, never. People have to tell me to stop playing. They
Right.
have to tell
And
me
you
to
know
stop.
what? And you still don't listen. You don't listen then.
I really don't. I got in trouble this past Sunday. Stopped my show, and I literally grabbed the microphone and said, "Don't be stopping my show." But I did issue a public apology, because it wasn't my show; it was Tina Bridges' show. But I had, I so people don't understand. I'm really not a drummer. I'm an entertainer that plays drums. So
Right. But
because
you
people,
gotta listen to people when you're on their shows, though. You can't be taking on the show.
I feel bad. I'm person, but I am a badass. And the reason I do what I do because I know for a fact if I was somebody with a bigger name, they wouldn't say anything. I know this. I know how because I've been in the game a long time, and I see how people treat celebrities. They turn into groupies. They turn into groupies
Yeah.
when really they're just people that you know that were blessed to make it. But
Right.
that's just not what I'm on. I just demand our respect, like you respect some of these celebrities that don't respect you.
Right.
So
Right.
I
Right.
demand respect. That's all because I work hard just like the next person.
That's right.
There's
Now
a lot of people
you know you.
talented that get more
I'm
respect.
sorry. Go ahead.
There's a lot of artists out there that's not that talented to get more respect than the ones that work hard.
Yeah. Speaking of artists that are not that talented, like when we were growing up, um, there was no such thing as having numbers or having followers or, when I first started the game, like all this number stuff, it wasn't, where it is now. And you've been playing drums for years and years and years. Like, do you think that everything is kind of being cheated, or do you feel a little cheated now because everything, like you can go on the internet and just promote your stuff all over the world, or because you had to get in the trenches, like you had to be in the streets, you had to you was letting everybody know what you do outside. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have all the internet stuff then.
I,
Like, how
I
do
think
you
it's
feel about how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's an advantage that people do have social media, but also I'm a firm believer in 15 minutes of fame. Once you get there, you got to stay there because there's a lot of people that have come and gone. When your time is up, your time is up. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ain't nothing wrong with sticking to with grinding, getting out there. Mouthpiece. Everybody just they think social media is the way, but you still can do some footwork too. Because me, I talk to everyone. Even though I am
Right, right.
celebrity, but even though I am a celebrity drummer, you wouldn't know it unless someone told you, or unless I told you myself. You know, but social media is definitely an advantage. There's a lot of people out here that wouldn't be where they are if it wasn't for social media. So it is like a cheat code, but I just
Hmm.
can't worry about myself.
But see, to me, like you said, just because they have the numbers, that don't mean that they have true talent. You know what I'm saying? They were
And then
just some of the ones that kind of took the internet on.
yeah, and then when you meet them, they're not humble, and it's a lot of things. But like I said, a year or two from now, you won't even hear about them no more. There's another new person on social media that's doing their thing.
Hmm.
But about people and people, I don't want to offend nobody that's watching, but a lot of people are followers. They let social media control the way they think, the way they think about people instead of trying to get to know people for themselves or acknowledge true talent. Because there's a lot of people out here that work hard, but
Yes, it is. Yeah.
social media can make you cool or it can make you lame. There's one other, and then whatever social media says, that's what the people go with.
Right. And it just kind of upsets me that people let it control their lives. Like the only reason I'm on social media is for my entertainment, for my media, for my TV shows. That is it. I mean, because I thought when I first started this media stuff, I was like going on that. It ain't nothing but the devil, because see, I could see how people was being bullied on social media, just all kind of stuff. And I didn't want to be a part of that. But me being on social media has really, really like made my entertainment a whole lot better. As far as like, movement and everything now, like I got a lot of followers on IG and everything too. So it's gotten me a lot of hosting gigs, just different opportunities as well. I've met some really amazing people from social media too. So because I stayed in control of it too. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get in with the riffraff and all that stuff. I just keep it business.
Yeah,
It's business for me and business only.
yeah, same here. This is the most I talk is an interview. When I'm out and about, I don't really say nothing really. Not unless I'm doing some motivational speaking or if I'm
Hmm.
teaching one. I pretty much keep to myself when I step out.
Right, right. So speaking
And
of motivational speaking, let's talk, and then I'm gonna let you go because I know you got stuff to do.
making music tracks.
Oh,
But go
you
ahead
making
though.
music. Well, I know you had something. I know you weren't gonna just be somewhere twiddling your fingers. You was gonna be doing this. Yeah, let's
Uh,
talk about you going because I've seen some videos where you've actually been in the schools, and like you said, everybody comes to the drummer. I just wanted you to talk a little bit about your experience going into the schools.
for one, being around all these young people keeps me young.
Hmm.
The main thing, is just seeing the impact that I have on, my words, and some of them, they still stay in touch with me. I ran into one of the kids. Now he's doing music himself. But the last time I saw him, he was like 13, 14 years old. And I saw him at Crush House Studios, and and they was getting ready to go on tour. So that was a good feeling, just running into him as a grown as a young man, now. He should be like maybe 19 to 20 now.
Oh, sweet.
But see some of the young adults that I met them from the school tour when they were young,
Hmm.
and they remember some of the words I said to them, or like some of them they'll DM me or whatever. That's a great feeling, just to know that you had an impact on somebody's life.
Oh, yes, yes. And some of the students that you teach, they have special needs. Is that correct?
Like you say, special needs and autistic. I don't consider them that. I just call them different. And like I said, I install that badass mentality in them. And actually,
Hmm.
one of the sent me a video a few hours ago of her son, and he was playing drums in a guitar center. She's always keeping me updated with him. And I have two others classified as autistic. They actually won talent shows. They came in first place.
Oh, sweet. I've seen some of your students, and I was impressed. Like they can play, long as they have to stand back, and you keep them in the pocket, but then you let them do other little things too. But when they stand in that pocket, they keep in that pocket on in check.
When one thing about autism, you just have to have patience, because all the parents that have brought their children to me, they said
Hmm.
other drug workers didn't have the patience. You just have to
Right,
have patience. But it also lets me know that that's my gift that God has blessed me with
right.
to be able to get them to play like they're playing like they're normal. That's why I say they're not autistic no more. They're badasses. And
Yep.
like I said, it's just a great feeling. It's a great feeling to hear the good news from the parents. Once they break away from me, and then they go on to their school or whatever. I have one that's moved out to Texas, and he's doing good out there. And like I said, the other ones, their parents, they keep me informed of how they're doing, and they send me videos of them, and they actually sound better now than they did even when I was working with them. But to see that
Right.
progress, one of my youngest students, he was 3 years old. I'm gonna post it pretty soon too. But he was 3. He's 5 now, and me and him, we was shitting together. And he was keeping the pocket while I was doing the percussion.
Oh,
But I
good. Oh,
was 3 years old. Yeah,
that's awesome. So look, all good things must come to an end. Just temporary though, because I gotta have you back. Like, you can come in the studio anytime.
yeah.
That's an invitation, okay? Anytime you want to, just come in. But
Okay,
we, like I said, I know you got to go, but I want you to leave your social media handles. And do you have any last things that you want to say? Anything that you want to say?
all my people who I forgot to mention, that y'all the charge to my mind is just so many of y'all that I play for, and I appreciate all y'all, because I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for y'all, um, for putting me out there on y'all platforms. So I do appreciate everyone that I've ever played for, that took the time to acknowledge one badass drummer, and let everybody know who that drummer was. So thank all y'all, everybody in the industry, my industry family. Thank y'all so much.
You cannot name 'em all. I'm telling you. Like if people only knew for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, 45 music videos.
Yeah. So tell everybody how they can find you so we can continue to follow this amazing journey that you're taking us on.
um, my social media on all platforms is one badass drummer, the number one BADAZZ drummer, DRUMMER, and it's also the name of the album is going to be called One B World Order. There's no set release date on it, but it's gonna be a badass album. Trust me, y'all.
So I thank you for always being a part of whatever I got going on. Like, you've been on my TV shows plenty of times. You know, always do radio with me. When I call you, you're always there. So definitely want to say thank you for that. And like I said, come back anytime. I'll be calling on you again, you know, for sure. But we're gonna let you go. You have an amazing, amazing night. I love you always. And you keep rocking out for me.
Before we get in trouble, shout out to Mama Pat.
My Pat, shout out to you. All right. Well, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I told y'all I had a really amazing guest that was going to say a lot of words of wisdom. So that was so awesome. But, you know, we're going to end the show. Don't forget, Beauties and Bikers, Beauties and Bikers, BBWs. My shows are, both shows are worldwide, y'all. 9-time award winning Beauties and Bikers and Beauties and Bikers BBWs just got nominated for an award in the Poconos. So we're super excited. We're going to go and we're going to bring that award back home. Like, I don't care how big they are. I don't care if they this little. It's mine. And I'm going to bring it back with honor. Okay. So anyway, until next time, don't forget, you are cutting up with me, your girl, Doc Honeycutt. I'm signing out.